Hi everybody. The next QuickTime screencast that we're going to focus on for the PLCs is going to be a focus on the PLC norms. So what you're going to do is the very first PLC meeting on September 20th, you're going to click on My Drive, and you've already moved the Horning PLC folder from Shared with Me to My Drive. If you need help with that, look at our first learning module that explains that. And you scroll down to Horning PLCs, double click on it, and it will open. In the last learning module, we focused on the PLC notes and the thinking behind the Plan, Do, Study, Act, and why the note section is set up that way. So if you need more help on that, make sure that you look at that second QuickTime screencast. But for this time around, we're going to be looking at the PLC norms. So again, at that very first session, I would envision going back to those PLC norms and making sure that they're just really solid and everybody has an equal voice contributing to that work. So you double click on PLC norms and you're going to see everybody's PLC norms there. They've been typed up for you and your names are listed there. And before you just click on your group, click on norm examples and resources. This is what really helped me. Sharon shared with us an article from Tools for Schools, and it changed my thinking about norms, and I think it might do the same for you if you give it a chance and you look through it. So it's hyperlinked here. You click on it. This was also shared in the Coach's Corner of the Hawk Highlight just from last week. So you click on that article, that link, and it's going to take you to a 1999 article, so it's not recent, but it's still applicable, and it's going to talk about how valuable it is to spend a lot of time really talking about norms and what they look like, what they sound like, what they feel like. On I believe it's the third page, yep, it has something that, as I reflect back to our learning sessions for the PLC launch, I wish we had had time to really do this with your norms. But what it does is it has people silently write down their own thoughts about particular norms and putting those in the middle of the table and then working that into the norms. I think that might be an idea to really reflect on, because if you're just orally brainstorming, there's going to be some voices that are going to be heard and some that aren't. And sometimes the people who are just very thoughtfully being silent have very valuable things to say, and we have to make sure that their ideas are put on that sheet of paper and made very public with the norms as well. So, if you have a chance, have some of the people who emerge as leaders in that PLC maybe do that activity on September 20th. You're going to see then, this is what changed my thinking too, you're going to see, I think it's on page 5, norms that are listed a little bit differently. It's almost like a mission statement, how these are organized. You can see what's highlighted, what's in all caps, how it all starts with we, that everybody's doing it together. And just look at how these are worded. It's very proactive. There's great things in here like we will use humor. I think it's really important to keep in mind that these are not meetings that we should dread. It's something that we should all desperately look forward to, and they should be energizing to us as professionals, as individuals. So make sure that you look over this as a model. It changed my thinking about norms and what they should look like. And then on the following page, I like how they split it up into norms for meetings and then norms within which we agree to work. And they're, as I reflected on this, really two different things, and they should maybe be in two different columns. So it's okay if on that first day of that PLC and even the second day to really spend some time going over those norms and making sure that they're really solid, something that you're really proud of. So that again is under norm examples and resources in that PLC folder. It's the very first item. And then you're going to notice that all of these documents can be accessed by all of you. You can comment on anybody's, you can read everybody's. it's all open, all very transparent. So let's say we click on this last one here. You want to go through it, and this was just typed up from the paper that you filled out on August 25th, so we know that they're not finished. You want to go through it and finish your thinking behind this. Think about a way to get a lot of voices, all voices heard, and then reflect on what you want the final document to look like. It doesn't have to look like this on this sheet of paper. It might look, more like this, or it might look more like this. Think about what you want that as a group to look like. You have access to all of these. So for me, I think I would maybe click on different hours and different groups and see what their thinking is, and then build from that as well. So that's how you do the PLC norms. If you have any questions about that, please make sure that you talk to Susan Inkman or Nancy Rocky or Bob or Sharon or Kenyelle. We're more than willing to help you with those norms if needed. And we're really excited to see what those norms end up being. And I know that they're going to make these interdisciplinary PLCs powerful and positive, and it's going to change your professional learning and also student achievement, and it'll help change our school. So thank you for listening.